Going into the latter half of Season 5 of MFL, we here at Royal Livy Rovers find ourselves truly in the midst of a promotion battle. And this is in large part down to Stefan Hooper's contribution as top scorer of the league. And with our next game being against third place MFC Gladiators, who we find ourselves level on points with, the stakes could not get any higher. Now, me personally, I like my stakes medium rare, and speaking of rare, we finally managed to get our first rare player in the club to hopefully carry us over the line this season, and that is Tube on loan from McBridace, hitting the 75 rating thanks to some key progression. McBridace has sold Tube, so he does belong to another team now, but if he helps me get promoted, he'll always belong to my heart. That was fucking awful. After a quiet opening 30 minutes, we did, however, fall behind to a Maxwell goal after giving away a sloppy free kick in our own half, meaning a big second half performance was called for. But as I've said, we've got our first rare player in Tube, and there's no doubt in my mind he's going to be a key element in our second half comeback. Oh, for fuck's sake. Despite falling to a defeat in this critical match, we weren't going to give up just yet, bouncing back with an 8-0 and 5-0 win in the following two fixtures, with Stefan Hooper himself netting 10 times across the two games. But we had to start wondering, was Hooper incapable of stepping up to the plate against the bigger teams in the division? He would get his chance to prove me wrong, as with 2 games remaining, we once again had to face off against our third place rivals, 3 points and 5 goals behind them, the Villains. It was now or never for our season, and to cut a long story slightly less long, the match was arguably the most boring match I've ever had the disprivilege of watching on MFL. 0-0, as predicted. For all of his fanfare, Hooper did not fancy the big occasion. This meant going into the final game of the season, there were 4 teams battling for 2 playoff spots. And with the Villains playing friend of the channel Hoodwinks top of the table Daegu FC, we were hoping they could do us a big favour. Needing goal difference on our side, we went all out attack for this final fixture with the famous 4-2-4 special, all the big guns playing, and now was their time to shoot for the stars. Things started off brilliantly, as on his final ever game for the club, that man Tio picked up the ball from a goalkeeper punch out, and after some deft play across the edge of the opponent's box, Conway managed to put Brendan Ball in to put us 1-0 up. Thank God one of my strikers at the club decided to start turning up for the big games, and despite pushing for a second goal during the first half, we were unable to achieve such a thing, with Bastia Arcani putting up a firm battle. Insert sad music here, because the second half was more of the same. Despite pressing forward and having chances to increase our goal difference, we were unable to convert, with Ball and Tube having our biggest chance courageously shielded from goal. A 1-0 win, respectable, but would it be enough? No, it would not be enough, because I didn't get enough points, so I guess I'll just go fuck myself then? And you know what? I'm gonna say it, fuck Stefan Hooper. He may have finished 10 goals above anyone else in the league, but he refused to score a goal against a top half side all season, so he's clearly a small game merchant. So come the end of it all, we finished a point behind the Villains in the race for the playoffs, which is certainly a tough pill to swallow, but after losing to Daegu twice and being unable to beat second or third in our last 5 fixtures, we can't say they didn't deserve to finish above us in the league table. But winning 14 games out of 20 and not getting the playoffs is still kind of mad, right? If you compare that to the Premier League and adjust for matches played, we'd have more wins than Liverpool, for fuck's sake. But I think if anything, that just goes to show how competitive this league has been, and hopefully with 2 of these top class teams getting out of the division for next season, it means we can push on and finally achieve that promotion that has eluded us for so long. I'll catch you then, because I love you.